Greetings and welcome to another edition of the Jacksonville Buzz. I am your host, Adrienne Houhton, and joining me today is Philip Simonetta, and he is an owner, a broker, an instructor in Realty, but he also has a pizza business. So let's find out about this incredibly interesting man. Welcome, Philip.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
So, as I mentioned, you're not only a broker, but you're an owner. You're also an instructor of the Florida Real Estate School. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
What made you want to start a real estate school?
You know, honestly, I've been in real estate since I was 19 years old, one way or another. And entering the business, I found out that the education and the quality of the agents lacked. When you get into real estate, you're basically getting in there and getting a license, and then you go and join a brokerage. Getting a license teaches you nothing about doing business. It teaches you how to stay out of jail. Don't break the laws. So,
wow.
so when you go to get in the business, you're kind of thrown. You join a brokerage. They train you, supposedly.
Yeah.
And then they throw you out there, and that's why there's an 86% fail rate. People who get in the real estate business within 5 years are out of it. It's not because they're lazy or stupid. It's because no one showed them the way to do it.
That's quite fascinating.
That's why I started.
Yeah, good. Good for you, because I always thought that there was some sort of school that people go to, but actually it's kind of like a home school. You do it yourself?
No, not necessarily. No. You can today. There's 3 ways that you can go to class. You can come in person, which many people don't do that anymore because you have a live Zoom option. So I'm teaching live on Zoom. I have people all over the world taking the class because you don't have to be a resident of Florida to be licensed here. So I have people in the Netherlands, I have people in New York and Chicago taking classes live on Zoom. It's just like they're sitting here talking to me.
Yeah.
We do the classes, 4.5-hour classes for 13 sessions. They take their exam online for the class. Then they have to, once they pass the class exam, that's their prerequisite for the state of Florida. Then they have to take the state exam. Once they pass that, they're licensed.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay, so after that, they get their license.
Yeah.
And you say they go to a brokerage?
Yeah, that's when the work begins. So once you're licensed, they get the license, everybody's stressed out. But the real work begins once you're licensed. Now you have to learn how to do the business.
So do you cream off the best ones and keep for yourself, or do you have contacts where you say you're perfect for this one? Or
well, what I do is during the class I teach ethics above what I have to, because ethics are important in today's climate.
Of course.
So one of the things I do, I always have them go to 2 or 3 different brokers and interview them.
Right.
I never say, hey, come work for me. Ethically, it's not,
Yeah.
So what I tell them is go look at 2 or 3 brokers and do that. And if you still want to come back and talk to me, come back and talk to me. Wow. Because I don't want to seem like I'm steering them or pushing them towards me. One of the things I do that's a lot different is I have an apprenticeship that I created. So this is something I give to my agents for free. I don't charge them a penny. It's a 23-step process from meeting a client to closing a deal. And I basically walk them through the first 3 steps: meet a client, connect with a client, and set an appointment. Now at that point, they're like, oh my God, what do I do? See, it's not a problem, because what I do is I come in on Zoom and I handle the appointment from there all the way to closing with them. I teach them how to write the contract. I teach them how to close the deal. I teach them how to order the appraisal, the title. I teach them how to get the inspections done. We're actually doing it together.
Yeah.
And what happens is on those first couple of deals, I bring them in, I'll be the agent, they'll be the co-agent. And then once they do 2 or 3 deals, what happens is, it's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
It's the same 13-page contract, it's the same addendums. The names change and the numbers change. And the conversations.
There's so many realtors in Northeast Florida.
Absolutely.
If someone's looking to sell a house or buy a house, what are a few tips on what to look for to get a perfect match?
Yeah, I just had this conversation last night on the YouTube channel. Okay, so when you're looking to buy or looking to sell, the first thing you need to do is look for an agent who's qualified.
Sure.
Now, that's not somebody dancing around on TikTok who's in pink shoes talking about real estate. Okay, a lot of these people on TikTok, they're in there having a good time, getting 1 million views, making 10, 15 grand on their YouTube channel or their YouTube or Instagram or whatever they're doing. The problem is you look them up they've closed 3 real estate deals in their whole life.
Yeah.
They're making money on YouTube and Instagram and all that crazy stuff, but their experience isn't there.
Right.
You need someone who closes deals. You need someone who is practicing.
Sure.
Okay, so one of the first things you look at is you find out how many deals they close. You find out their experience. You know, you look at what they do. You don't look at what they say. Okay? Facts don't lie, people do.
So reviews, that's good.
Yeah.
Already it's saying, you know, we're done with time because it's gone so fast, and
okay.
I'd love to have you back, but just very briefly,
The pizza
you have
business.
another passion, and it's you have a pizza tour bus. Just briefly tell us
that.
that.
Actually, I grew up in the restaurant business. Cigar bars, nightclubs, lounges. I used to have businesses back in Pennsylvania before I moved to Florida.
Right.
I was still in real estate, but I also invested and had other things. So pizza was always, it's a family tradition on the Italian side of the family. And I took all my grandparents' recipes, and what I did was I used to own pizzerias. So I would buy them, set them up, get them going, sell them, buy it. Like I would just get it going and use it as a profit. So what I did was I bought a school bus, and the school bus was originally a gimmick for the real estate school. I was going to turn it into an office and make it like a gimmick for the school. Well, I decided not to. What I do is I gutted out the bus. I bought a 1995 school bus, had 26,000 miles on it, things like brand new, crazy story. Put air conditions in, gutted it out, built a 42-inch brick oven inside of it. And we literally make brick oven pizza. It's a 2-day dough process. It's all my family's recipes. It's probably some of the best pizza you'll eat in the city out of a bus.
Simonetta's Pizza.
It's Simonetta's Brick Oven Pizza. You can just
Fantastic.
go Simonetta'sBrickOvenPizza.com, and then the real estate is Pier21Realty.school.
Philip, come back.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I could keep talking to you forever. It has been a pleasure.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And if you'd like to know any more information about Philip, his realty, or the brick oven pizza, which sounds delicious, you can also find it on dailynewsnetwork.com.